Hello and welcome to another episode of Squirtified Engineering. So this is another episode from the segment Driving Home with Sprutis, and I thought that I would take care of the driving part with this. So I have Forza Horizon 4 going on my Xbox One, and so you're currently viewing me through my Canon 60D, and the TV is viewed by my GoPro Hero 9 Black. So I will start recording of that now, so that I get some extra material. In this episode I thought that we would talk about money. It's either something that you talk very freely about, or it's the total opposite and it's very taboo. It's not really that common to talk loudly about salary and so on. I know that many YouTube people are talking freely about what they are earning, but that's a different thing, because you are a part of it. So let's see which car I got now. So that's completely different from what we normally do on a day-to-day basis with our regular works. Okay, so apparently I got into some demo. Not sure why. Okay, so it's driving for me. And also there are many ways to earn money, not just from your work. And I don't think it matters what you really say about money, because you will always need it. You can't say, well, you can say whatever you feel like, but money is always needed in order to get stuff, and perhaps it's not in the form of bills and coins. It's a digital transaction. It's in the form of a trade or something like that. Okay, so apparently I have a Lamborghini Aventador, and what the demo was to show me some new cars. Yeah, maybe this is, I mean, the speed I'm driving here is much faster than what I'm going at in regular traffic. But anyway, back on to the topic on hand, money. And I mean, I've done my I went to school. I have a semi-nice education. I started to work when I was 13, so a little bit earlier than what you were sort of allowed to, or they changed it the year after. So I have always valued my own money, and that's the upbringing that I have, that if I'm going to buy something, then it should be with my own money. So I feel a bit bad about getting stuff, actually. But what I want to say is I've always had some form of work, and I'm by no means rich, but I have done a fair bit of saving, a fair bit of losses on the stock market and so on. But the latest endeavor is cryptocurrency. I guess that many of you who are watching this now, just because of the title, already are in cryptos of different sorts. So we have cryptos, we have Bitcoin, and then altcoins, alternative coins to Bitcoin. And we have several ways to buy these. You can either buy it so that you actually have the currency at hand, or you can buy it as a certificate at a regulated stock exchange. And the third thing would be to buy it as contracts, so when you're doing trading. But in my opinion, and before I forget, what I'm saying is in no way any type of financial advice. I'm not in that position. I will never try to be in that position. So what I am saying is the opinion and of my own and my own experience. So since I grew up with internet going into a big thing, working with computers and so on, I sort of have one leg in that, one foot in that area still. So I think that cryptocurrencies will be it will be an important thing for the entire world. I will not go into politics, but even if we had a cryptocurrency that was regulated, it would still mean that we have the security of blockchains to collect information and so on. So of course I have bought my own bitcoins, so I actually have a crypto wallet and so on. But those are for, let's say, long-term saving. I'm not sure how you feel about it. Are you saving, or have you even bought crypto? Do you believe in it? Or it's not really a matter of believing like so, but do you think it will be a big thing, or perhaps you already think it is? So the actual coins that I own, I don't want to risk them. So and also it's I find it easier if you can buy it on the normal stock exchange. So as I live in Sweden, I buy most of my stocks on the Stockholm stock exchange. So that will make things easier with taxes and so on. I guess whenever I will be selling off any cryptos and so on, or taking any profit, realizing any profit, then of course I will probably need to pay taxes. I don't think I can escape that. So that's already in my mind. But to make things easier and just to make things easier, I've also invested in certificates. So here in Sweden we have, as far as I know, we have two big ones. One which is in correlation to the Swedish crown, and one which is in correlation to the European euro. And I guess most of you who are out in the world are looking at the Bitcoin value in US dollars, and that's still the global view, it seems like. But so then I have the actual crypto coins for long-term investment. I have the certificates for like buying stuff, not really buying stuff, but just like normal savings. Instead of buying stocks, I buy crypto certificates and just treat them like normal stocks. And then the third thing is that I already sort of made contact on is trading contracts. And this is a new thing for me. Because of the reasons I've already explained, I wanted to get into this type of thing. And a reason for that is instead of trading the actual crypto coin or trading the certificates, is the amount of money that they cost. They aren't really cheap. Bitcoin is now up over $19,000, so it's very expensive to buy one, and I don't have that money, and even if I did, I don't think I would risk it and buy my own complete coin. Trading with leverage is, if you have no idea, then it can be very dangerous. You can lose way more than you anticipated in a way shorter time than anticipated. But I feel that that's the way in order for me to risk smaller amounts of money but still being able to do some sort of profit on it, because that's the whole goal of it, making profit, earning money. Like I've said before, I want to build my own house, and that costs money. So I need to save up for that. So one thing then is this again, crypto trading. And if you start to read up on it, there are many great YouTube videos showing you different stuff, and you don't really need to be looking at a specific video about cryptocurrency. You can, like, for example, be looking at a video where they are talking about the candlestick diagram. Do you know anything about that? Well, I've been intrigued for a very long time, and I finally bit the bullet and went ahead, whatever you say. So I've been watching for many hours different YouTube channels showing stuff about Bitcoin, showing stuff about trading, and eventually when many of them basically say the same thing, and then it seems like legit or safe enough for me to also start on that. So what I did is I started an account at bybit.com. So I think it's a place in it's located in Singapore or something like that. And then you get the option to transfer money or cryptocurrency. So since I don't want to risk the bitcoins or the partial bitcoins that I own, I don't want to transfer anything from that wallet. So instead I bought new ones with my credit card. And there was a lot of hoops in order to be able to do that. I had to confirm my identity, so not just the normal safety steps from my credit card supplier, or I don't know what the bank basically, and confirming my identity, and then eventually I had money on an account at Bybit. So then the next step was to start trading. So I had, like I said, I was able to draw some parallels between several different YouTube channels and episodes where they are talking about different trading strategies. And I guess the most common thing is, if you're going to test a trading strategy, you need to stick with it. And initially that's very, very hard, because if you set out a plan, so you have your entry point, or in other words, the level where you want to buy in, and then you also predetermine when you're getting out, because you can't be too greedy. If you become too greedy, then you will lose it all. So that's strictly strategy, and then emotions comes into play. You can't let your emotions take over. If you do, then you can just quit right away. You need to seriously stick to one strategy and then just follow through. But so trading with the leverage, very risky. On this on this trading platform, you can trade with leverages between 1 and 100. So if you're trading with the leverage 1, then you might as well buy it somewhere else. And according to a few videos, they recommend you to not really go over 25 times, or if you're starting to get the hang of it, then you can test out 50 times, but in the beginning you will lose money. That's just a given, because you need to find out, well, you need to learn. You can do I know that some platforms, they have like a demo account, so then you can buy and trade with fake money, so then you can get the hang of it. But it's, even if you do that, it's a different thing when you put your own money on the line. It's more it feels a lot more. I mean, if you, for example, I'm now driving a very nice Lamborghini Aventador, and I just sideswiped a car. I don't really care in the game, but if that were to happen to me in real life, yeah, I would cry blood. I would be so sad. So it's but then again, if I were to drive a Lamborghini Aventador on the streets, I would not drive it like this. So you adapt, and that's what I'm trying to say with the demo accounts. Even though it can be nice to test different strategies, it won't be the same until you actually put your money on the line then you adapt to that situation. You will feel it will feel in your stomach when you take it too big of a risk, and I guess it's not for everyone, but I find it it's kind of fun, and a very convenient thing is that the stock exchange or the crypto market is open 24/7. So I think I've been here before. So you can do your trading, I don't know, when you come home after work, sitting on the toilet or something like that. Maybe you shouldn't, because then I guess you would only be using your phone, and that can be tricky. I think I placed one order on my phone. I can have the same data on my phone, but since I don't get the same size and therefore I don't get the same overview, it's so much harder to read the scene. And the things that I'm using are the moving average. So I have the moving average of 50 and 200 days, or 200 units. And I also have in one graph, a Bollinger Bands, and then I have in TradingView, that's a site that you should check out if you want to have a look. I'm not sure how it works, but it seems like you can write your own scripts and then they become public or something like that. So someone has written something called SSL. So what it does is you have two lines, green and red, and they will change. They will shift. So if the green one is on top, then it's an uptrend, and vice versa, it's a downtrend. So in one video I saw that he said that you should look at the hourly graph, and once the trend changes, you should go to the 5-minute graph, and then you should look at the candlesticks when they are closing in on the EMA 50. And then when they are close to the EMA 50 line, you will look at the candlesticks and see how they look, because you have many, you can read the candlesticks in many ways, and that will give you signals. So all of this combined will then tell you if it's a good entry point. So like if you see a small red candlestick first, and then a green candlestick after, which has the same, so the rectangle is both of them are starting at the same point, but the green one is much larger, it's going way higher, then that's a positive signal, and then it could be a good entry point. So I started out with these. I'm testing different strategies, but I'm sticking to this one and then just trying to improve on it. So I think I'm doing quite okay. I'm risking very small amounts of money, and I'm earning very small amounts of money, but that also means that I'm losing small amounts of money. So it's fun. You can do it in the evenings, in the morning, on your lunch break or whatever. And I feel that it's a good exercise for the brain, because you can't just look at it. You need to read into it a bit more. So it's not just reading out in the open. You need to sort of translate it. And if you're like me and you're not paying for a subscription at TradingView, then you can only have like three indicators in one graph. So I have that one open, and then the Bybit graph is then showing the extra stuff that I'm interested in. So there I have, so in the trading view I have the SSL, because I haven't found that in Bybit, and the EMA 50 and EMA 200. And in Bybit I then have, what do I have? I have the candlestick. I have the Bollinger Bands in the Bybit. I also have the EMA 50. And in the trading view, at first I didn't know how to do it, so I was looking at the Bitcoin to US dollars price from Binance, another market, and that's not really good. So it could be a bit difficult, because if things are moving fast and you're moving between the windows, then you can't really tell if the change that you just saw is it because you have them on different markets, or because something actually did happen. But eventually I found that you have this like a panel to the right when you're looking at the interactive graphs in TradingView, and there I found the Bybit market Bitcoin. So now I have the same values in both windows, and yeah, I'm actually quite excited about it. I know that many people are really reading into different advanced strategies, but maybe I should forgot to say that. So I have, you now know which indicators I have in which window. So what I'm doing is, like they recommend, I look at the hourly graph. Well, first of all, I look a bit at the 4-hour graph and daily graph, and seeing the bigger trends, if it looks positive or negative. They can differ between them, and to know that, I'm looking at the RSI. So that's another thing I have, and that one I have on Bybit. So I have one big graph, and then below that I have the RSI 14. Not really sure what that's for, but then you have like a middle band which you can configure. So I think I have it set at default 30 to 70, and what they are normally, or most of the people who are talking about this are saying that when you're above that value or above that band, then you're in a buying area, or if you're below, then you're in a selling area. I mean vice versa. you buy low, you buy low, you sell high. Or another thing you can do is with the trading on the trading market is to short the paper you're trading. So you can actually, when the price is high, you can buy contracts that are saying that you will short the market. So you can bet. You can buy contracts for going in both directions. So let's see. So then after I sort of have a general idea of what it looks like, and it's hard to be right. You never really know until you make the trade. But then I look into the hourly graph, and I see if it's an uptrend or a downtrend, and I don't really care which, since I can buy contracts for either direction. And then I look in the 5-minute diagram, and I see if it's if the trading line or trading candlesticks are close to the EMA 50, and if it is, then I go over to Bybit and look at the RSI for 5 minutes and 1 minute diagrams. Don't solely rely on the 1 minute. It's tricky, especially if you don't trade with much money. Then the small movements are really hard to anticipate. So I now prefer the 5-minute diagram, and then I will determine if I should buy or not. And if the RSI curve is in the middle of the band somewhere, either going up or down, then I don't take the risk. It must be a really good sign for me to buy in when it's in the middle. Usually I just wait. I'm practicing on buying long contracts, so when I contracts that are saying that the value is going up, which means that I wait till the RSI is below this band, and then look at the different candles and so on, and see if I want to buy in or not. Yeah, I think it's fun, and you have the possibility to make a small amount of money. And like always, you shouldn't risk any money that you can't afford to lose. So yeah, if you can't afford to lose it, then don't risk it. And of course I've tried the higher leverages, and that didn't go so well because it changes very fast. But what you can do is you can take profit, and you have stop loss. So the take profit is where you predetermine that you want to get out, and the stop loss is saying that you have different percentages. So you can say I don't want to risk, I don't want to continue if the value is down by 15%, the value of your purchase, so not the asset. And if you, I mean, Bitcoin is very volatile, so it changes a lot. So it can be a bit tricky to set to configure a proper stop loss, especially if you're like me, a noob, and you buy in at the wrong time, then you will trigger your stop loss. So when you do your first trades, don't just think that you can set up everything and then walk away. You need to watch it. You need to see if your theory is correct or not, and if you get new indications saying that it's not correct, then you need to realize your loss or profit. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about, and it's just that I'm excited, and I find this very interesting, and if you want to start, read up on it. There are many good YouTube channels, like I said, who are talking about, well, many of them are talking about Bitcoin, but they are also talking about other cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is the first and biggest one, and after that you have Ethereum. I have both, but I'm only trading Bitcoin. I think one is enough. Sorry. So this is a bit of this is different, but at least we got the driving part, and you got to hear my thoughts and experience about money and cryptocurrencies and trading. And again, what I've said is can never be considered as advice. I am not in the position of being your financial advisor. I just want to share my own experiences and my own thoughts about it. But yeah, it's been fun having you along for the ride in my really nice Lamborghini Aventador. Yeah, and yes, it would be a dream come true if I ever could afford one. I doubt it, but hopefully I get to sit in one someday, at least. Yeah, can never stop dreaming. That's the most important thing. Never give up. Just like TJ says, keep moving forward. It's actually a good saying. You will have setbacks no matter what you do. Even I've had my fair share of setbacks, and I haven't really been on the naughty list. I've done what's expected of me, but yeah, society expects more. But anyway, let's try to keep the positive tone on this. I like Bitcoin, and I will continue. And I like Porsche, so I will continue to drive as well. But if you're still watching, thank you very much for watching. I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe, like, and share. It would help out a lot. But yeah, until the next episode, stay safe, take care, and bye bye.